Hi Pihu, and thank you so much for joining Muse with Muskan. First of all, I'm really grateful for you to agreeing to do this with me. And so you're somebody I know from quite a few years, and I've been following your journey. I think it's incredible what you are and what you do. To start as a brief, I know you're a radio jockey, and you started your career very young. So when we talk about women out there and choosing unconventional careers, so I think radio jockey is not comes anywhere in the mainstream career line as well. So what made you do radios?
First of all, thank you so much, Muskan. First of all, I'm loving the name of your show, that is Muse with Muskan. It's just lovely. Or I'm meeting you after a long time. I remember हम लोग गरबा practice के लिए
4 years now. 4 years.
I know. So I'm loving, I'm really grateful and I'm really enjoying to be a part of your show. और as you asked कि कहाँ से शुरू हुआ और what made me join radio. So I have been a keen radio listener. मैं अभी show भी करती हूँ, but I love listening radio. तो मेरे को रेडियो सुनना बहुत पसंद था. I remember my mom has been a radio listener, and when I was in my 11th, 12th standard, when I used to listen radio, I had this thinking I want to be in public speaking. With the course of time, my love for radio increased to that level that I wanted to be a radio person. So I was very clear in my head. After my graduation, I decided that I will study forward in the direction of radio or media only. So I pursued masters in journalism and mass communication from Jibbaji University, Gwalior. By the time I was damn clear that I will be an RJ, because I joined a radio station that was Big FM only in Gwalior, and I worked there as an intern, and here I am. So I've completed now 7 years in radio.
7 years, right. So, first of all, just a personal question, how does it feel to be on the other side? Like, I know you do a lot of interviews. How does it feel to be on the other side of the table where you are telling about your journey?
Actually, it's altogether a different feeling, when you are waiting to answer rather than waiting to question सामने वाला. I am fond of asking questions, and then, I'm sure जो अभी आपके दिमाग में चल रहा है ना, so I'm fond of that. And being on the other side, it's fun, and I'm enjoying that too.
Again, when it comes to unconventional career as a woman, and now you speak to a lot of women, you speak to a lot of entrepreneurs, you speak to a lot of leaders now. So how is it for you to see women out there choosing unconventional careers, and do you think that society has been accepting it now more than ever, or you think it's pretty much the same how it was when you started your journey 7 years back?
I guess for me, it has never been about acceptance from others. It's never been like that till date. I never work for the acceptance of others, whether they are liking my profession or not, or whether they are liking the other things I am doing apart from my profession or not. As long as I'm not guilty about it, as long as, I am finding it good, and I know that, it's gonna bring a positive difference to me and to the people around me. It's awesome. So for me, acceptance from yourself matters a lot, So agar aapke andar you have that call, for example, if Muskan decided that I want to go for this show, so if you're confident about it, you don't need to take approval from 5 different people.
Right.
So that's a very important thing for any girl out there. Yeah.
Just to make it more understandable for myself, you say that there's nothing like unconventional or hard or hurdles or struggles in a career. You need to be confident, you need to make your own choices, and you need to just go for it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Struggles and hurdles are part of that journey. वो आप conventional करो या unconventional करो, that is a part, there's a success, there'll be a failure too. Few hurdles cannot stop you. That is a part of that journey.
Right. I think that is a very positive outlook towards how we see any profession, I would say. So this brings me to my next question, because you come from a industry, radio, which is a part of Indian culture since forever. If we see, it's been like in our blood, our generations have been listening to radios. But now with social media coming and being such an active part of our society, now we see social media amplifies. I think radio, newspaper and social media are like amplifiers of anything which we do or anything which is happening. So how do you think social media and radio in contemporary world are working, and what would be the future? Like, do you think radio still will have that relevance?
जब AIR हुआ करता था, अभी भी है, जब AIR की पॉपुलैरिटी इतनी होती थी तब लोग सोचते थे ये चलेगा और या नहीं चलेगा. रेडियो को लेकर भी दिस हैज बीन अ डिबेट, बट आई गेस आज भी अगर हम देखें, सो आई गेस हर एक प्लेटफॉर्म का अपना एक टारगेट ग्रुप होता है. आज भी जब हम कॉल करते हैं, when we do, like if I talk about my today's show, अगर आज भी मैंने call to action बुलाया है, so people call me and people will share their opinions and people trust radio because of the kind of information we give there, and it's always radio has always been a stress buster because you don't know the next song coming your way. अभी जितना ज्यादा टेक्नोलॉजी आगे आई है उसमें everything is in your hand, but radio is beautiful because of the unpredictability of these songs, and that makes it even more beautiful. You are driving and you don't know, आप किसी को मिस कर रहे हो and suddenly that song comes on radio and you're like, oh my god, that's how radio always connects people, and the way we have one-to-one connection, that makes radio very very powerful. Yes. And I to joined radio because of its power. I always find radio a very powerful medium. और COVID के time में तो मतलब it has done wonders. It has done wonders. We are working from home. It's been more than a year. We are doing our show. एक भी दिन काम affect नहीं हुआ, एक भी दिन show affect नहीं हुआ. So I guess radio तो is growing day by day, and social media is complementing radio now. We RJs are on our social media platforms. We are amplifying the needs and the messages on air. Then the people are contacting us on social media. We are receiving messages on social media, and we do on air them on our radio shows. So I guess it's beautifully complementing each other, radio and social.
I think that is one great point you mentioned about one-to-one connection, because I think after a point everybody know that okay, this time Pihu will come. Everybody would know that okay, we can find Pihu on social media as well, and we can find this time is Pihu's show. Over the time, we consider RJs as a part of our family. 2-3 days back, I listened to this one thing where they say Ranveer Allahabadiya Beer Bicep, he says that voice will become a 700 crore project in coming years. Like, voice has that power. But then that made me think that radio has always been a part of our life. It's not that it's the future. It was past also, it was present also, and it will be like voice actually connects. And I think that is why when Nokia came, and it was a phone call and it said connecting people because of the voices, because of we could speak to each other. Otherwise letters were also there which were connecting people, but why Nokia was connecting people? Because of the voices. And so this another question I would want to ask, so cities like tier 2 cities like Bhopal, Indore, like where we are, another world happening in metropolitans. So what do you think is the mindset of people in terms of communication, in terms of when it comes to exploring careers? What is the mindset? As a radio jockey, I would say, because you are a people's person, you speak to a lot of people in like your day-to-day life. So what do you think, what is the major difference when it comes to generic mindset and exploration?
But one experience I will share with you. I find Bhopal is a very, 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 very active city in terms of radio. We have a very active listenership in terms of radio. I don't remember my single campaign which has been failed because of the listeners or because of the response. Because I'm always very sure that people are there for me, or people are there for the campaign, they're gonna support it. Because Bhopal is a very active radio listenership. And it's not all like, I will take it the other way around. It's not all like in tier 2 cities, it's not that much good and it's doing great job in metropolitan. I haven't worked there, but I have my radio friends out there. And I guess radio का प्यार हर जगह है. लोगों का radio को लेकर जो trust और connection है, that is everywhere. So this is one thing I realized, कि मेरे ख्याल से छोटे शहरों में लोगों का connection ज़्यादा develop हो जाता है radio से. और people have a lot of belief and trust with the jobs. Maybe this का एक reason ये हो सकता है क्योंकि यहाँ पर जो celeb quotient है वो कुछ ही होता है. Metros में they have a lot of celebrities out there. There are a lot of people जो शायद उनके लिए वो एक celeb quotient उन्हें देते हैं. So I guess this is one thing, but again I would say कि radio जितना powerful छोटे शहरों में उतना ही बड़े शहरों में, और जितना metros में उतना ही non metros में है. So radio की power वो एक चीज है. But yeah, I guess I'm not the only one who would say this कि in our city like भोपाल में रेडियो को लेकर जो एक्टिव लिसनरशिप मुझे देखने को मिलती है, वो मैंने मेरे बाकी के शहरों के फ्रेंड्स से बात की, so they are also amazed that Bhopal has actually a very active radio listenership.
I think I don't consider Bhopal as a small city because I have lived, and I think Bhopal is not a small city. It is just beautiful in its own sense. Like I think the peace we get in Bhopal, it's found nowhere else. I have traveled across, I have lived in different cities, but I feel we are not, I think in terms of warmth, we are not very warm. Like we are not very, gelling up. Like in Bhopal, people are not very gelled up. But when it comes to connecting, we are very much connected towards each other.
Correct.
Right?
So I remember my husband, he tells me every other day, how come you Bhopali people know everyone? Like if me and Muskan are talking now, we can randomly start talking about third person, जिससे मैं और मुस्कान दोनों जानते हो. So he's like, how come everybody knows everyone in this city? I told him that's how we are. So as we are talking about the radio in different cities, what would you say? As you were in London, how's the response for radio there?
I think I never listened to radio in London because like I don't think I do listen, but I do listen to radio in Bhopal because I do drive and all. Yeah. So London is a cosmopolitan city. A lot of workers are there, a lot of professionals live there, and the main mode of transportation is not usually their own vehicle. It's either people are much more aware, they do cycling or they'll take tubes in London, So people would have their headphones on, like that is one thing. They would listen to something. So power of voice is definitely there. So I think now podcast is the new in. So people do listen to podcast. So I have seen people in London either reading books, newspaper, podcast, like either music. I don't know if because now I feel phones also don't have radios. Like I don't know, is this
true?
Yeah, so I think it's so viable now to have radio and to listen to radio. So I think because the major mode of transportation is not their own vehicle. So I think
their own vehicle.
You would also agree to this, that people who have their own vehicle would be a major listener. This thing, people who are driving. And not people, because at a certain point only you can sit at home and listen to radio. I think very few families would actually do that. Actually, I forgot to ask this. But now, radio also getting into the commercial zone of advertising, it becomes much, resistance is less there, because then people wouldn't want to listen to radios and they just would want to enjoy music. And I think earlier that was much more because people would want to enjoy music. I remember earlier RJs used to take this song suggestions and they would play it for them. That he asked for this song and now we'll play. But now because of advertisements, a lot of times even I'm sorry to say, I know you're an RJ, but a lot of times I need to shut my radio because there are so many advertisements. I come to work if I have to take a 30 minutes drive and I feel like 20 minutes I'm only listening to advertisement. So I wouldn't want to do that.
Okay, and the fun fact is the advertisers give ads because they think if people are listening music, people are listening music, it's music there, and that's why they come to a radio station and they feel like, okay, let's advertise here.
Yeah, but for a fact, you also know that a lot of people would skip only. Like I think handful of them would listen, but immediately they would just press, because radio you just need to press one button and next channel.
Correct.
Right, so I think I do this quite a lot because like let's say 30 minutes, I have that 30 minutes. So in a day I'll get 1 hour to listen to radio when I'm driving back and forth. And I think half of the time I'm just doing tuk just to get a song. Radio is something which people would listen when they're relaxed, when they don't have anything. Exactly. Nobody who's looking for something would go to radio, right? That I might find something, I might listen to something I would want to go to. So that was the thing, and that is why I asked this question about the cities. My next question, after marriage, how is it affecting your overall journey of radio thing? Do you think is there any difference? As a girl, I'm asking because I think you are, when you say that celeb quotient in Bhopal is lesser, but I think you are also somebody who's influencing a lot of people. In Bhopal, definitely, like that I can vouch for. So I know a lot of girls would look up to you to say that at least we would want to smile like Pihu, or at least we would want to speak like Pihu, or at least we would want to carry ourselves like Pihu. Or I think a lot of people might get their confidence from you, just the way you carry yourself. So I think I would want to touch on that part as well, that where in your 20s, when you think that, okay, now my career is not my priority, I need to get settled, and does career also come a long way?
See, this has radio has always been my passion, and it's like a simple thing. There's your professional life, and then there's your personal life. If my personal life is sorted, and if I'm in love with someone, so I will be motivated in my professional life. And if I am doing great things, doing good in my professional life, definitely my personal life will be full of love, care, warmth, and good mood. So both these things are different, but दोनों चीजें साथ में चलती हैं, so it motivates the one another. That's how it's happening. I'm enjoying this phase. It's been few months, and the best part is because Abhineet, my man, he has the great idea about radio, and he does not have any preconceived notion about RJs or radio or a girl who is an RJ, and we are from different professions. We have a lot to talk, and he loves social media. He loves me working on radio. He enjoys whenever I'm doing my show, whenever I'm going out, meeting people. He is always, always very happy and more excited than me. So as I said, because I'm having a good life with him, so that keeps me going on my show and or for my work. Hasn't changed after my marriage too. Of course, I was doing morning show. I continued with that. I was like on a vacation or few days leave for my marriage, and then I resumed back. So nothing has changed, but yeah, things have added, like positive things have added, a support system has added, a lot of love has added in my life. So
now my question, after which we'll start with rapid fire. My question, I think I wanted to ask this question at first, but it's okay. Why RJ Pihu? Why Poonam turned to be RJ Pihu?
Okay, so that's my nickname only. So people call me Pihu, and that's how we thought of, keeping Pihu name as the on-air name. So the organization I started working with, they decided, okay, let's take Pihu thing on air, because it's a very sweet and chotu sa naam, and it's easy to create recall, and people don't forget my name once they meet me. So it's like Pihu. It's very easy to say, and it's very easy to remember. And that's what we discussed, this gonna create a difference, and this will be like really easy to build a recall, and it actually worked that way. I mean, it's so easy to remember Pihu. Thought we coined RJ Pihu. It worked even in a better way.
Lovely. A lot of times I feel that radio only shares things which are necessary, either news, either something happening, either buzz, either some campaign.
Would say somewhere, and I find it good that people are sending or people are sharing goodness and happiness on social media. I guess it's not bad. मैंने किसी को बोलते हुए सुना था ये चीज कि what's wrong with that, अगर लोग अच्छी चीजें सोशल मीडिया पर शेयर कर रहे हो, तो अगर अच्छा साइड सोशल मीडिया पर शेयर कर रहे हो, तो बड़ा जरूरी है लोगों को अच्छा है ना. दिस शोज देयर टेंडेंसी कि उनके अंदर उसमें से कुछ जो भी चल रहा है, जो भी भसड़ चल रही है आसपास, उसमें से उन्हें पॉजिटिव निकालना आता है. So and then there will be a different set of people who will be like, social media is fake. People always pretend they'll always show कि सब कुछ अच्छा है. So what's wrong with that? I don't find anything wrong with that. It's good if somebody is trying to spread positivity and goodness and happiness and brightness all around. See, if somebody is having actually a dull day, they'll not come to social media. They'll not. You don't feel like having fun on social media if you're actually having a dull day. You just feel, this is what I do actually. If I'm having a dull day, I'll just switch off my phone for 2 hours. First thing I'm gonna get rid of is social media.
I think that depends on personality, because then there are a lot of people who, for them, social media is an escape. What is happening in their real life, they would want to escape, and then they fun, like very fun, and you need to be rapid here. So to all my guests, and to all my guests, the question remains the same. So like these 6 questions, these will remain the same, and just you need to quickly answer. It's nothing personal, but it is more of motivational. So anybody who listens to this and wants to know what Pihu in general life is look up to, it will be helpful for them. So my first question for the rapid fire would be, is there any 5 books or documentaries you would recommend to others?
Okay, so I guess The Secret. I love this book. Then Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty. One should definitely read. Any book or any video by Sadhguru, people should follow, because I follow. So if you like them, if you love them, because I love Sadhguru, so if you love them, you can go and watch his movies. I was watching this movie, Vijay Deverakonda. It's a South Indian movie.
My next question is, somebody, the advice somebody gave it to you, or you read it somewhere, or you just found it somewhere and you keep close to your heart, like in one line?
Okay, so there are a couple of advices I'll share one by one. So first is my mom. I've grown up listening one thing from my mom. It's Vivekananda's quote: "Wealth is lost, nothing is lost. Health is lost, something is lost, and character is lost, everything is lost." So I've always, grown up listening these lines from my mom, and it has affected my life a lot. And जिस तरह से मैं और ज़्यादा grow कर रही हूँ अपनी life में, I can understand the essence of these lines, that what actually matters to your life and what not. Second is, I remember when I was an intern, my programming head told me कि smart होना अच्छी बात है, over smart नहीं. So he scolded me saying those lines, because I had this weird habit of disturbing somebody, जैसे कोई कुछ बोल रहा है, so I'll just interrupt and I'll start sharing my ideas, and I'll be like, okay boss, I'll do this. So he told me in front of everyone, though I was one of his favorite interns, or the only favorite intern, but still, he thought of scolding me back then. And
Lovely. I think that is wonderful. The next question is, one person or one word that motivates you or encourages you?
It's my mom and my husband, for sure, because I've seen my mom staying very calm and very patient, despite of having things or despite of losing things throughout her life. So, and the way my mom has always put education first for women and for girls, that had made me what I am today, and that had also gave me a good vision that how education is very, very important. And when it's about my husband, he's very calm and very composed and a very, very sensible guy. It's not he teaches me it's always not to get into arguments, it's not always good to waste your energies in arguments or in proving yourself right. So whenever I look at him, I'm just actually, he's very charming, so I just charmed by whatever he does. And this is one of those qualities. This is one of those qualities which I find, I always keep on saying I really need to learn this thing.
Totally head over heels. My next question is brand, any brand on social media which serves as your inspiration, like you like some brand on social media.
Khadi is a brand which is being run by the local girl. I got to know about it, during a campaign I was doing on my show. It was Vocal for Local. So Khadi is a brand run by a local Bhopal girl. Kind of loved it, the way she's bringing Khadi once again to our lives.
Lovely. Another question is one piece of advice. This is my last question. So one piece of advice you would want to give it to yourself when you were starting, or somebody who's starting right now. Like imagine Pihu when she was starting 10 years back. One advice you would give it to yourself then.
Don't underestimate yourself. Sometimes when you're starting, you have a lot of things that you don't know. You have a lot of scope to learn. But so it's okay to know this thing, okay, I don't know this thing and I need to learn. But when people around you, they keep telling you, okay, this is something you need to learn and you need to improve, so don't underestimate yourself or don't demotivate yourself. This too shall pass, we say. So that वो जो एक फेज होता है ना, जब हम खुद को कम समझते हैं और जब हमें ऐसा लगता है कि हमें कुछ नहीं आता, we are good for nothing, so हमें ये ध्यान रखना चाहिए कि वो एक फेज है, वो निकल जाएगा. और we should keep working and working. Second advice, or this is like correlated to each other, we should not make excuses when it's about our dreams. I guess this is the focus. This has been ये मेरा nature भी. I don't make excuses when it's about my career or when it's about my dreams. के और मैं तो भोपाल में हूँ, अगर मैं मेट्रोज में होती तो things would have been better, और अगर मैं ऐसा होता तो ये चीजें ज्यादा बेहतर होती. No, it's not all like that. अगर आप क्रिप करते रहोगे, आप excuses बनाते रहोगे, then you just keep on doing that. Nothing will come in your way.
Very powerful message, I think. And that was all from my side to ask. But I would end on a note. If there's anything you would want to give to this, like what this experience in all, if you want to give it a nutshell about this, and then we'll like. I think the questions I asked you were very random. Like, I started from something about your career, about as an RJ, about your personal life, how you grew up, how was your journey, and then these rapid fire questions. It actually helped me to see how, as a person, you have grown. Like your mother's advice, which you're taking with yourself, and now how you're resonating the same with your husband as well. To be calm. I think that is one thing which is common both the sides. And then there's people in the middle balancing the both. And then when it comes to your career choices, if you say that your boss gave you some advice not to be over smart, and how you're actually using it to be at least smart, and you are smart in the rightest way. So I think the whole journey, and I know you like also what you do, but then speaking one-to-one and speaking about general life, that adds so much value to this relationship, to this friendship also when we talk. And I think I have a huge respect in terms of when I look up to you, and I think I started with the same. As a female who is so confident, who's so loving, and at the same who's so warm. Like I would never feel even a bit of, I don't know what to say, but you're so positive always, and the smile, and I really, really pray from the God it remains like this forever, and you keep on shining. So that was from my end. If there's anything you would want to add.
Thank you so much, Muskan. I guess what matters to me is, you said you're not pricey, so these are the things that make me smile. Trust me, these are the things that matter to me the most. It's such compliments and such real things, when somebody observes about me, and then they tell me, okay, this is one thing that we love about you. So I always try to stay natural and just stay, the way I am. And I had a great time, talking to you, because it did not look like, or it did not sound like a typical chat show or a typical, questionnaire round. So yeah. I had a great time. I guess we carried away at few moments, but that was beautiful, and I loved the show, and I'm looking forward to watch the entire series, and I'm looking forward to meet and to see other women who will be the part of this show. I love the idea, and thank you so much, Muskan. Keep shining, and I just hope you keep on doing such great work the way News with Muskan is doing. And thank you so much for having me on the show. I enjoyed it, yaar. I enjoyed it.
Thank you for being the muse on this episode. Thanks a lot.
Oh yeah, I'm loving it. Thank you. Bye-bye.